It began as an ordinary interview, another sit-down chat Caitríona Balfe had agreed to while promoting a project. But within minutes, the atmosphere shifted. What started as a standard Q&A turned into one of the most explosive revelations in the history of the Outlander fandom. Her words didn't just ripple across the internet, they detonated like a bomb, sending shockwaves through millions of fans worldwide. The host's question had seemed casual enough. "You and Sam Heughan have shared such intense chemistry on screen for years. How do you think that dynamic has shaped your personal lives?" For a heartbeat, Caitríona hesitated. She had been asked variations of this countless times, and usually her answers were lighthearted. But this time was different. She leaned back, eyes thoughtful, and then dropped a revelation that froze the room. "I think people assume too much," she said, her voice calm yet heavy. "They've built this fantasy about me and Sam that isn't real. And part of why it's never been real is because of my truth. About who I am and how I see myself in terms of sexuality." The audience didn't breathe. For years, Caitríona had sidestepped personal questions, just as Sam had. She had married quietly, lived privately, and always shifted the focus back to her work. But now, she was peeling back the curtain, offering a glimpse into a deeply personal truth that no one expected her to share. The exact phrasing of her words varied as clips spread online, but the core was undeniable. Caitríona had opened up about her sexuality in a way that left fans stunned, some in tears, others scrambling to make sense of it. Overnight, hashtags trended worldwide. #CaitríonaTruth and #SamExposed filled Twitter feeds. TikTok flooded with reaction videos, fans sobbing, gasping, arguing, rewatching the interview frame by frame. The emotional fallout was immediate. Many fans wept, not out of disappointment, but out of empathy. They had spent years projecting their own fantasies onto Caitríona and Sam, constructing elaborate narratives of a love story that mirrored Jamie and Claire's epic romance. To hear Caitríona openly acknowledge her own truth shattered that illusion. It wasn't betrayal, it was reality intruding on fantasy, and reality hurts. But as Caitríona's revelation echoed, the storm quickly shifted focus. If she had finally spoken, what did that mean for Sam Heughan? For nearly a decade, his silence about relationships, his evasive answers, his carefully protected private life had been dissected endlessly. Now, with Caitríona's honesty hanging in the air, fans turned their gaze toward him with renewed intensity. Memes and theories flooded forums. If Caitríona's been hiding her truth, what's Sam hiding? Has he been protecting her all along? Does this expose him too? Every interview clip, every red carpet glance between them, every Instagram post was revisited. Entire threads of speculation reignited, this time with more ferocity than ever before. The media, hungry for clicks, fanned the flames. Headlines screamed, "Caitríona Balfe shakes Hollywood with sexuality revelation. Where does Sam stand?" Entertainment blogs rushed to dig up Sam's old interviews, replaying moments when he had dodged personal questions, suggesting they now carried hidden meanings. What made the moment so volatile was the sense of betrayal mixed with grief. Fans who had cried at Jamie and Claire's wedding on-screen now cried at the idea that the actors behind those characters had been carrying secrets, truths they never dared to reveal until now. For some, it was empowering, seeing Caitríona speak openly about her identity. For others, it felt like the dream of Sam and Caitríona as an off-screen couple had died for good. Sam himself became an unwilling center of gravity. Social media drowned in pleas. "Sam, please speak. Tell us the truth. What does this mean for you?" For the first time, silence wasn't enough. Fans demanded answers, and the pressure built like a storm cloud ready to break. But amid the chaos, one reality became clear. Caitríona's revelation had exposed more than just her own truth. It exposed the fragile line between celebrity and fantasy, between private life and public expectation. And standing right beside her in that storm, caught in the crossfire of speculation, was Sam Heughan. He hadn't spoken yet, he hadn't confirmed or denied a thing. But the world was already watching, waiting, desperate for his next move. Because if Caitríona's words tore open the curtain, then surely Sam's truth, whatever it was, would come spilling out next. And when it did, it wouldn't just shake the fandom. It would expose everything. The silence was unbearable. After Caitríona Balfe's shocking revelation, fans turned their attention squarely on Sam Heughan, demanding answers. Every corner of the internet pulsed with one relentless question: what does this mean for Sam? For years, he had been the master of ambiguity. In interview after interview, he gave nothing away about his private life. His evasive charm was part of his brand, a smile here, a playful tease there, but never a confession. But now, Caitríona's words had shattered the illusion that silence equaled safety. Her openness left him standing alone in the glare of speculation, more exposed than ever before. At first, Sam maintained his usual stance. He posted lighthearted updates on social media, a photo from a hike, a throwback to a charity event, but fans weren't buying it. The comments section beneath every post was flooded. "Sam, tell us the truth." "Caitríona was brave enough. Why won't you be? What are you hiding?" What had once been admiration turned into interrogation. The press, of course, smelled blood. Paparazzi camped outside his apartment. Entertainment outlets recycled old interviews, highlighting every pause, every grin, every carefully dodged question about relationships. Clips of Sam and Caitríona laughing together on red carpets were spliced with Caitríona's revelation, reframed to suggest hidden meanings. Suddenly, every smile looked like a secret. Every silence looked like a cover-up. But the most brutal blow came from the fandom itself. For years, Sam's supporters had been divided into factions: those who shipped him with Caitríona, those who believed he was hiding a mystery partner, and those who thought he was simply too focused on his career for love. Now, all those theories collided. Forums exploded with accusations. Some insisted Sam had been complicit in misleading fans, letting them believe in a fantasy that never existed. Others argued he had been protecting Caitríona all along, bearing the weight of gossip so she wouldn't have to. Still others began to dig deeper, convinced his own sexuality or private truth was about to be dragged into the open. The emotional toll was visible. When Sam appeared at a charity gala just days after Caitríona's interview, observers noted the strain in his smile, the stiffness in his posture. The once effortless charmer seemed guarded, his eyes scanning the room as though every camera lens was a trap. Whispers swirled. Was he about to break his silence, or retreat even further into it? And then came the leak. A journalist claimed to have spoken with a close source, who alleged that Sam had ended serious relationships in the past specifically because of public pressure. The article painted a picture of a man who had chosen solitude over scandal, someone who refused to expose his partners to the ruthless glare of fandom. It didn't confirm anything about his sexuality, but it raised the stakes. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't just about Sam being single. It was about Sam hiding heartbreak, protecting secrets too fragile to survive the spotlight. Fans reacted with a mix of rage and sorrow. Many wept online, admitting they had never considered the toll their fantasies might have taken on him. Others accused him of manipulation, claiming he had benefited from the rumors while quietly living another truth. The divide deepened, and Sam's silence became a Rorschach test. People saw in it whatever they most wanted, or feared, to be true. And yet, beneath all the noise, one fact was undeniable. Caitríona's revelation had exposed Sam without him saying a single word. She hadn't outed him, hadn't shared his secrets, but her honesty had forced the spotlight onto him with blinding force. In trying to free herself, she had inadvertently dragged him further into the storm. The cost was devastating. His reputation wasn't destroyed. Sam remained beloved, admired for his talent and his charisma, but the purity of his mystique was gone. The fandom could no longer cling to fantasy without acknowledging the cracks. Every smile between Sam and Caitríona now carried a bittersweet weight. Every silence from Sam was louder than words. And perhaps that was the cruelest twist. The man who had built his career on playing the most transparent, passionate lover on television was, in real life, the one who could never fully reveal himself. His truth, whatever it may be, remained locked away, But Caitríona's words had ensured that fans would never stop demanding it. As he left the gala that night, cameras flashing, fans screaming his name, Sam glanced back over his shoulder. The look on his face was unreadable. Part defiance, part exhaustion, part heartbreak. It was the look of a man exposed not by scandal, but by the unbearable weight of other people's fantasies. And for the fandom, the question remained, echoing louder than ever. Was Caitríona's revelation only the beginning? Or is there still a deeper truth about Sam Heughan waiting to come out? Because in Hollywood, exposure never ends with one bombshell. It always promises another.